Hello there guys and welcome back to my channel for obviously the review of the Chelsea 3 Brighton Hill game, and all I can say is I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. Obviously it is the next day, and yeah, what a great game to watch that was last night, and I'm very pleased. Before getting into the review of the game itself, I do want to mention a couple of things. I do hope that I'm not going to take too long for it, but it is very interesting. First of all, thank you for 3,000 subscribers. We literally just hit that, and you know, I said in the last video, it would be nice if we could hit that with the last video, and we did. So I'm very pleased. Massive thank you to all of you that have subscribed. But let's not stop with 3,000 subscribers. Why would we? That wouldn't make any sense, would it now? So, you know, if you're new here and, you know, you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You know, just click the red button down below. I would massively appreciate that. Also, you know, click the notification bell button so you get notifications, you know, basically whenever I upload videos and you don't miss any of my future videos. That would obviously be perfect. Let's keep it growing. And also, something really nice that happened in the last couple of days. I did make the finalist at this year's Football Blogging Awards, at the Football Blogging Awards of 2019, in the category of Best International Creator. So that is obviously very lovely. I did not expect to make the finalist or the final 10 or whatever. So firstly, massive thank you to all of you that nominated me, as they call it. You know, very pleased, I can't lie. And if you now want to vote for me in basically the final, or within the finalists, basically, to possibly help me win, which I very much doubt that I will, but maybe. So if you do want to vote for me, the link to it is down in the description below. You know, just click on that link and there will be all the basically categories to choose from, and you just go on Best International Creator, choose my name, and then you also, you know, do whatever you want in the other categories. I say whatever I want, gonna speak about who you should vote for, in my opinion, in those other categories as well. And then you just send that vote, or you can also vote via Twitter or via Instagram. So on Twitter, all you have to do is literally just tweet what I show you on screen right now. Just tweet that, and then that's basically voting for me. And on Instagram, you just have to go to basically to the Football Blogging Awards, or at Football Blogging Awards, whatever it is. Again, I will show it on screen. You just have to go on their basically page on Instagram and choose the photo of Best International Creator, and then just tag me in the comments of that, which is obviously at Laus1507 on Instagram, as it is on Twitter. If you don't follow me over there yet, please do that as well. But yeah, you know, if you want to vote for me, I would really honestly massively appreciate that. And like I say, also in other categories, also I do have some friends in these situations, so or in these categories as well. So please do vote for them. For example, Jeanne Lolly Shaw, obviously, basically the girl that does the women's football on 100% Chelsea, or used to do rather, but you know, she has made the finalist in Best Women's Football Creator, so please do vote for her. You know, she really deserves it, does really good content about that, and you know, it's just really, you know, just taught me a lot of interesting things about women's football as well, which you know, is very good. So, you know, please do vote for her. Of course, also vote for 100% Chelsea as simply the best club content creator. Of course, you know, I was part of that for, well, the majority of the year up until, well, a month ago, whatever it was. So, you know, vote for them, of course. And also for the Chelsea Echo of Simon Phillips, you know, which is under the best new content creator. So I'm checking off the phone so I don't forget anyone, or whatever the you know, category they're in, so I don't forget any of that. That's why I'm checking off the phone. Chelsea Echo is of Simon Phillips, if you know him off Twitter, you know, kind of a journalist, if you will, Chelsea reporter on Twitter, you know, really good guy. And you know, he does this Chelsea Echo, basically blog or article website, basically, if you want to call it that. So vote for him as well. Does really good stuff. Vote for the Chelsea Echo. But yeah, you know, that was enough talking pre-video. Let's finally get into the game, and that was a very good game. I mean, how good was that? I mean, I think we're all very pleased with the lineup. Let's go through the lineup. Obviously, the back four was pretty much as I expected, or as I hoped for, I'd rather say, because obviously Kepa was in goal. Emerson did start at left back as expected, with Alonso being out with a hamstring problem. The back, you know, the two centre backs were David Luiz and Andreas Christensen rather than Antonio Rudiger. Obviously more for rest and rotational purposes, but you know, Christensen had a great game, and we'll talk about him later on as well. And Azpilicueta, of course, started at right back. A midfield three of Jorginho as the regista, sorry. N'Golo Kanté as the right centre midfielder, and then Ruben Loftus-Cheek started as the left centre midfielder, which, you know, you all know. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is my favourite Chelsea player, so of course I was very pleased with that. Then on the left wing, of course, it was Eden Hazard. Down the middle, it was Olivier Giroud rather than Gonzalo Higuain. And on the right, as I think all of us hoped for, with a few exceptions, of course, Hudson-Odoi started, got his first Premier League start, and that was obviously great. And genuinely, the game, I was just very pleased with it. It was a lot quicker than it was in a lot of other games, a lot more movement. We scored 3 goals, were a lot more clinical than in a lot of other games, although we could have scored more as well. And it was just good. I mean, the first half was more tricky than the second half. I mean, Brighton did things differently to how most other teams have done in recent past, I guess. As in, they kind of ignored Jorginho, as in they didn't man-mark him like so many other teams have done. They just defended really compact in either a 5-4-1 or a 4-5-1, whatever you want to call it, really. And they just crowded the middle. Like, they just crowded that so badly and just made it really difficult for us there. And, we struggled with that. Also, Loftus-Cheek commented on it in the, basically after the game, saying in the first half he struggled. And, because he didn't really get on the ball much, he came short and then, had to play a bit more safe because he wasn't really in those advanced positions. But we did eventually get a goal through Olivier Giroud, a very nice goal as well, as Eden Hazard just switched the play with a really nice ball to Hudson-Odoi on the right, who stayed out really wide. I will talk about that in more detail as well. Then beat his man, 1v1, and managed to get the cross into Olivier Giroud with a nice bit of movement by Giroud, and who just got ahead of the defender and the goalkeeper and kind of just, while tripping backwards or falling backwards, he kind of managed to backheel it into the net. Great goal, great finish. And that was in the first half. And then in the second half, things got even better. I'm not sure whether Brighton got a bit more tired or whether it was just us playing quicker football, because, we scored 2 more goals, 2 lovely goals. And, the first one by Eden Hazard, again, really lovely curler into the far right corner. Jorginho played it to Loftus-Cheek, and Loftus-Cheek just around the corner with a first time pass straight to Hazard. Then, Hazard had it looked like he had an open spot to shoot straight away, basically. And Shane Duffy, I think it was, saw that obviously and tried to just lunge in and jump in to kind of block the shot in case Hazard did shoot. Hazard did see that coming, chopped it around Shane Duffy, and then with his right foot just curled it into the right corner. Really nice finish. And only a few minutes later, Ruben Loftus-Cheek basically did the exact same thing, with this time Hazard assisting him rather than the other way around for the second goal. But again, it was Jorginho, providing the assist to the assist, as, people call it. Again, Jorginho just this time to Hazard. Hazard around the corner, first time pass to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then with an absolutely gorgeous finish. Like literally, he put it right into the angle between the crossbar and the post. Like literally right in there, into the side netting, right at the top corner. Beautiful, beautiful finish, and especially the way he shaped his body, because when he received the ball, he wasn't in a position to put the ball there. He really wasn't. He had a bit of space. He had a bit more space than Hazard had for his goal. But still, the way he managed to reposition himself, just lean over and also like twist his body to manage to get, just bend his foot around the ball to curl it into that bottom right corner, was absolutely gorgeous. A great, great goal. It was absolutely ideal. Absolutely ideal. And after that goal, we kind of slowed it down a little bit. We didn't really do much for the last 50 minutes, which kind of not annoyed me, but I don't really understand why we did that. Like, our goal difference isn't that great. We have the world's worst goal difference out of the top 5. We are now obviously 5th ahead of Manchester United, who did lose to Wolves, and only 1 point behind. Spurs are currently level on point with Arsenal, but they have a game they have a game in hand over us rather. But so we're a point basically off top 4 still. Unless Arsenal lose their game, then we're level and we're just behind them on goal difference, which is why we need to improve the goal difference. So why we didn't try to go for a 4th or 5th or 6th, because Brighton were down and out. Like, I don't really understand it, but we did it. And obviously you can't complain with a 3-0 victory. And a couple of things I do want to mention is, first of all, Jorginho. It was an absolute Jorginho masterclass. If anyone says a bad word about Jorginho's performance yesterday, honestly, they deserve a slap on the head. He was so unbelievably good. Yes, they gave him space, and when you do that to Jorginho, he will punish you. And, when you don't man mark him, he doesn't require the movement around him as much, because he has more time to find people even when they move less and even when they move later. And he was just unbelievable. So many unbelievable passes. He dictated everything, the pace of it. He controlled everything. He told everyone where to go, played a lot of beautiful passes. Again, should have had an assist, if not 2, which, other players should have done slightly better with, one of them being Hudson-Odoi, which, it wasn't an easy one for Hudson-Odoi, but he could have done a bit more with it and ended up in the hands of the goalkeeper. It was just beautiful to see by Jorginho. It was absolute quality, and I have to, kind of just highlight that, because everyone talks about Hudson-Odoi and how great he was for his first Premier League start, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek and stuff. But Jorginho gets so much criticism, and then when he does play well, he doesn't get anywhere near enough, praise, in my opinion. So that's why I mentioned that as the first thing. And then, of course, Loftus-Cheek, I have to mention him. Like I said in the beginning, he is my favourite Chelsea player, and it was quality. And what was interesting, like I said, in the first half, he said, he kind of dropped deep because it didn't get on the ball enough. And then at half-time, Loftus-Cheek told Chelsea TV that Sarri told him, just stay in that forward position, get between the lines, basically, between the midfielders and the attackers, because he is almost, he played in that most attacking, rather, midfield position of our midfield 3. And he said, just go there, stay there. You will receive the ball. Trust me, you will receive the ball. Just let David Luiz come up from defence, basically, and just provide what you kind of tried to do in the first half. And that's exactly what Ruben Loftus-Cheek did. And that ended up getting him an assist and ended up getting him a goal. And then people say Sarri doesn't have an in-game management. I don't know where that comes from. Yes, I do. But, it's not non-existent. He did well there. It helped Ruben Loftus-Cheek have a really, really good and influential second half. So that was obviously great. And of course, Hudson-Odoi, he was great. well, maybe not great, but he was very good. Got the assist for the first goal, had a few other couple of good moments, was in a lot of 1-against-1 situations where he beat his man, did really well. And Sarri, again, some very interesting comments after the game saying that this game was ideally suited for him because, you know, rather than crowding out our wingers, which some teams do, Hazard was still crowded out. They always try to double or triple up on him, but they didn't do that with Hudson-Odoi. So he was quite a lot of space on that right-hand side. He was always able to get into 1-against-1 situations, which he's best at. And Sarri, you know, highlighted that as well. And he did really well at that. You know, they kind of crowded out the middle completely, you know, the central areas of the pitch. So that didn't allow them to double up on all of our wingers, basically. And what was also interesting, on the left-hand side, Hazard was the one cutting inside that Emerson stayed out wide to provide the width. But on the other side, Azpilicueta actually came inside to get into the box or the edge of the box, you know, as the fullback, while Hudson-Odoi stayed completely out wide by the byline, basically. So that was really interesting. I thought that was really, really interesting. And it worked well. So, you know, really no complaints at all. And, you know, in my opinion, if everything goes well, you know, he should start on Monday. Actually, no, he shouldn't. I will explain that in my preview for West Ham, which I will probably do on Sunday. Yeah, I'll probably have most time for that to do that on Sunday. So I'll provide that for you on Sunday. Obviously, we'll play West Ham on Monday. Hear me out. It makes sense why I'd rather Hudson-Odoi not start on Monday. But again, than the Thursday after. But I'll explain that in detail. Then also Andreas Christensen, who also Sarri again picked out individually as someone that he wanted to highlight because the journalists were only talking about Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Christensen, really good performance, you know. Of course, Brighton didn't exactly challenge us defensively. They had like 2 moments in the entire game where they possibly could have scored realistically. But he did really well, you know. On the ball, he was good. And, you know, I just hope he can develop his passing into what David Luiz is, or at least somewhat close to it. So he can then be David Luiz's long-term replacement rather than us needing to buy a really expensive centre-back after a transfer ban. That would just be the ideal for me because Rudiger, of course, is a lot younger than David Luiz. So, you know, long-term, Christensen won't replace Rudiger in the team. But eventually it would be ideal if he could replace David Luiz. Maybe not straight away from the start of next season, and maybe Christensen should play instead of Rudiger then. But then eventually just play Rudiger next to Christensen, and hopefully Rudiger can improve his positional awareness and stuff as well as the time goes on. Also, another couple of people that I do want to pick out for just playing well. Emerson Palmieri, again, showing why he should play over Marcos Alonso. And for me personally, Emerson, it is necessary that he's so much more productive going forward, or, you know, get so many more assists or so many more goals or whatever, or even that he's that much better defensively, because I don't actually think he is. He doesn't make as many silly mistakes like the penalty that Alonso gave away at Everton, but I just feel a lot more confident with him when we have the ball on the left-hand side. Emerson doesn't give the ball away in stupid positions. He just doesn't. He's so comfortable in tight areas. He's so comfortable under pressure. He doesn't give the ball away. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen if Emerson is on the ball is the opponent has a throw-in. All right, we can deal with that, you know. But he keeps the ball. He finds Hazard. He finds whoever plays left centre midfield. He finds the centre back again. He finds the, you know, Jorginho. He just knows what he's doing. It's just so comfortable. We're just so much better in possession on that left hand side when Emerson plays, and, you know, did really well. Giroud, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I said when the lineup came out, pretty much my ideal lineup, except that I'd prefer Higuain over Giroud. But he scored. Had a really good game. He's still not a good enough striker, in my opinion, to play as a 1. In my opinion, he should play as a, you know, in a 2-striker formation and still have 2 wingers, like a 4-4-2 or whatever. That would make the most sense, because he's just not, he just doesn't go for goal enough. Like, too many times he just looks for the layoff, looks for the that, looks for the this. And as a sole striker, in my opinion, he needs to look for that more for a club like Chelsea. But he still got a good goal and, you know, played well as the target man as well, got people into play, helped us play some quick passing football, the way we moved up the pitch very, very fast with Loftus-Cheek, Loftus-Cheek, Kante as well, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Hazard, started by Jorginho. And it was just the middleman to kind of make it all link up. And he did really well at that. Fair play. And Eden Hazard, while the first half it was a bit slow, with the exception of a few brilliant moments, in the second half, in my opinion, it was unbelievable. Like, obviously scored the goal, got the assist, quality performance. And overall, I'm just very pleased. I mean, I said it, you know, basically in my Twitter, basically explanation of the video, even the description of the last video. Very lucky win at Cardiff, but we did get the 3 points. Now let's get another 3 points against Brighton, but play better and get more goals. And that's exactly what we did. We played a lot better and we got more goals. Yes, Brighton didn't make it as difficult as possibly some other teams have done, but you can only beat what's in front of you. And we did beat them very convincingly. And I'm pleased. I'm just very, very pleased. But yeah, that really is it from me. I don't really have much more to say. Like I said, the West Ham preview I will probably put out on Sunday, so do look out for that. Like I said in the beginning, please do subscribe to my channel. I would massively appreciate that. Obviously, just hit 3K subscribers. So let's keep it growing. Let's aim for 4,000, 5,000, whatever. Just keep it growing. So if you are new here and you do like my content, please subscribe. Also do leave a like on this video. That would be massively appreciated. Leave me all of your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Again, vote for me in the Football Blogging Awards, you know, and the other people I mentioned as well. That would be obviously class. I won't actually be able to beat that because, you know, it's the exact same day that is happening, the 9th of May, that Chelsea will hopefully play the second leg of the Europa League semi-final. So either I'll be in Lisbon or Frankfurt, or possibly, probably not in London. I'm probably not going to go to the home game if if that is the second leg. But I'm going to watch it. You know, I'm not going to be at some sort of event, even if I might win something. Again, I think it's unlikely. But, you know, I'm going to watch that game. I'm a Chelsea fan, not about me winning things, whatever, like Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, it would still be absolutely lovely to win that award. Again, I see it as unlikely. But, you know, maybe we can make the impossible happen. So if you could vote for me, that would be absolutely class. But yeah, you know, usually I say I'll see you when I see you. But this time, you know, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. And I'll see you on Sunday.